Hello, YouTube friends. This is Grace here, and I have been playing a lot lately, the last couple of nights, or just having some fun with paper projects. And so I wanted to show you how I made these lovely little tags for our journals. Look at how cute those are. Oh, I just love it. I love it. I love pulling together scraps of paper and distressing and working with them to create these little collages. They're just like great little mini projects. If you are stretching for how to do more collaging or you want to build your confidence, I find that these tags just make a wonderful, wonderful way of practicing that. And they make great little gifts that you can throw in. Maybe you're going to gift a book to a friend, or you're going to send a little basket of treats to somebody. You can throw this in there, write a note on the back, and it just makes a really sweet, unusual greeting for somebody. Or surprise, like in a birthday card or something like that. So let's get to it. Thanks for being here. When you stop by, please make sure you say hello. I love reading the comments. I love commenting back and saying hello to you and connecting with you that way. So please make sure that you say hello in the comments. Let me know that you stopped by to watch this. All right, let's get going. Okay, welcome back again. So you can see on my table here, I've got some supplies, and these are pretty basic, you guys. Some tacky glue, or I have my glue gun going. I tend to like to use tacky glue for projects like this, but I have some tacky glue. I have some scraps of fabric and lace. I have a roll of lace here. You can see I used that right there. And I like the white, the contrast of the bright white against these distressed papers and coffee dyed papers. I have some florals here. I have a pair of scissors. This is really basic. Distress ink and an applicator for that. Now you can use, gosh, you can use foam daubers, makeup wedges. I have this distress ink tool, that applicator that I use. And you know, that comes with, when I originally bought this, it came with a felt tip, and that's what I have on it now. But now they have foam tips as well, and it velcros off, right? So you just velcro this off. You can replace it with a clean one or different colors for different types of distress ink. You know, the distress ink comes in different colors. So if you wanted to have a different tip, or you see, this is the foam one. It's much thicker than this one that is the felt one. And I have not been a fan of the felt one until recently. And, you know, gosh, I was practicing with it and using it with these, and I wasn't minding that at all. So maybe I'll just keep using that today. So anyway, some distress inks. And it's the tags. The tags are the base. And you guys, I sell these tags. I love these tags because they're large. You can do a lot on these tags. They're beautiful, vintagey looking tags. They have this great little dark reinforcement around the hole. I just love them. They are, if you want to know size-wise what they are 6 1/4 inch, 3 1/4 inch. So they're pretty darn big, which I love. And then, of course, I have embellishments that are these little people, right? These are the Tim Holtz people. Let me grab my basket. I've put them all in a little folder here. But you can grab these. They're in my Amazon store if you need to find them quickly. You can go to my Amazon store, The Comfy Nest with Grace, and the link is in the description of the video. But these are paper dolls by Tim Holtz Ideology. And look at you guys. There are couples. There are like sets of women dressed in all these vintage clothes. Look at this one with the woman and the little boy. Oh gosh, that would be, well, let's use that one today. That one's really cute. Oh, they're precious. They are precious. And you get large ones, medium, and small ones. So you have all sorts. Where's my little ballerina? I have her in a couple of different sizes, and she's fantastic. Maybe we'll use her today. Okay, so anyway, these paper dolls can be a lot of fun to play with. And they're vintagey, of course. So this black and white with all these sepia tones with the distressed papers and coffee dyed or tea dyed papers, they just go really well. So let's put these two aside. We'll use those. But first we're going to distress these. And I was using this, you can see, I was using this to distress something else on top of here, which I think is just fine because it's going to get all distressed up anyway. I'm going to put our two examples aside for a minute. I'm going to grab out my little craft mat so that we can distress on here without worry. Let's get this out, and then we'll get started with some distress ink. Now, these come in big and small. You get whatever whichever you prefer, but they also, you can buy, which I'm glad I did. You can buy, like, this is the vintage photo color. This is the vintage photo re-inker, and you can use these inks, on their own to drip or splatter, but you can also use them to re-wet your ink pad. So anyway, if you're wondering, yes, they do sell. They do have the re-inkers. Okay, this is my foam pad. It has been used and used and used. I'm going to grab some ink up, and I'm just going to start in, and I'm just going to start like mucking it up. I don't get too worked up, you guys, about how this is going to look. You know why? Because look at, it's mostly going to get covered. I just want to get some brown distressing. You can flick on the edges if you want the edges to look a little darker. Go ahead and flick it, and I hold this at an angle and flick that ink down onto the edges. It's a great way to make sure that your edges get nice and distressed. They just look worn and old, like they've been sitting in a book somewhere for a long time, which is the look that we're going for. And then I want to add some extra color, and I don't even get worked up about if it looks like there's a pattern on there, because most of that will get covered up. Like I said, we just want it to look old and distressed. Okay, so we come in and we're just, this is incredibly relaxing. This is definitely a bit of craft therapy. My craft therapy club is one of my membership groups, by the way. It's called the Craft Therapy Club because I find so much solace and relaxation and rejuvenation in creating and crafting, and it's just that mindless, it's so relaxing to me to get in here and just play. So that's the name of the group. And this month, my Craft Therapy Club, my monthly membership, we are doing junk journals, and most of the women in the group have never done a junk journal. So that's what we're focusing on. And in the group, we are having a secret sister swap. So it's an option. We're creating the junk journals, and then we're doing an optional secret sister swap where they can sign up if they want to exchange a small paper project, like a tag or a card, something like that, a folder that they maybe create for a junk journal that they can trade with their secret sister. And then the girls can, put these things into their junk journals, which I think is so fun. We love to have a good time over there. It's a great way to make friends. Make sure that you craft live together with us once a month. It's a great way to make sure you just fit in that time to create every month. And I try to do a very broad range of projects. Now that we have this part done, I'm going to grab my paper. So I have a basket here, a box full of papers that I have coffee dyed, and they smell glorious because I love coffee. So look at, this was just a calendar, I think, like one of those flip calendars where every day, and this was scrapbook paper. So every day it was a different piece of scrapbook paper, decorative scrapbook paper for every day. And I tea dyed some of them or coffee dyed some of them just because after this, look at how old these are from 2008. After it was over, I'm like, man, I don't want to throw this paper out, but I don't necessarily going to use this, design. So I've been just using up scraps of it. And you guys, if you're like me, you just have lots of, I don't like to throw anything out. I like to reuse and recycle. So let's grab some of this. I love the way this paper looks. I would love to fit in a doily. This is brown wrapping paper. I ordered something maybe from Michael's, and there's all that paper inside that they wrap things with. And I did coffee dye it, so it has some really great markings on it. So let's grab that. And I was kind of thinking this would be fun to use because I love the colors on this. So there are just so many. I have some maps. Look at an Alamo map. I had visited Phoenix one time, and I saved the map. I love working with maps. Oh, but that's beside the point. I thought about putting a piece of a map on one of these, but let's just stick with the neutrals. Okay, so we've got some papers. We've got a doily, and I'm just really liking this. So what we want to do is we want to create some layers, like you see here, of paper. These are paper ribbons that I made. They're scraps of paper sewn together that they just make really cool embellishments. And gosh, you guys, I saw somebody else do this and I don't remember who it was, so I apologize. Before I put this video on the YouTube channel, I'll see if I can't find that and give you guys the link inside the description of this, of who I originally saw do this. I have a feeling it was the Paper Outpost, but I'm not sure. So I'll look into that. Anyway, so that's what I used there, and maybe I'll use one of those. I have some lace here. I have a couple of different lace that we can pull from. So we're just going to start layering things. And listen, this can be hard because you feel like you need to have like a layout or a design. And honestly, you don't. You don't need a layout or design. You need some scraps that you can tear apart and rip apart. See the color difference there? I think that's really cool. I also think this kind of matches this really well. So let's grab a strip of this. You don't need a layout. You need to start ripping stuff apart and just playing with it. You know, laying it down and see what you like, see what you don't like. Now, I like those two together a lot. Now, let's see. We've got two different options here. I kind of like them on there because she has this like really woolly kind of patterned coat, and I like the pattern on this paper. I think that for her, I might want to do some lace. It just seems to, you know, go really well to have lace on her project. But for these two, it's almost like she has a travel coat on. They both have travel coats on and they're ready to travel. And this reminds me of like an old upholstery bag, you know, travel bag. So maybe those would be good together. And then should we add in some fabric, or I feel like some texture? Of course, I'll add some texture with the ties, and I just use some organza ribbon for these. And we'll see about texture here, but I feel like something more rugged, like this is just the scraps of paper. So maybe something rugged like this. Let's just tear a piece of this and see what we get if we maybe create some texture down here with a piece of fabric. And it's a little too long, so I'm just going to tear off if I can. I might just have to cut that. And I'll cut it all messy because I want it to look rugged and not perfect, right? So we'll see how I got a messy line there. This is all jagged on this side, so that's good. So what if we did something like that? We got a fun mix of papers, fabric. They are like a little, it's not cardboard, it's not chipboard, but it's definitely like a thicker paper for sure. And what I did on this one here, this one I did not. I laid her down flat and glued her on, but her, I used those foam glue or foam tabs, and I put them underneath her so she was raised up. And I think I'll do the same for these two here. Oh, how cute are they? Do I need something up here? This is where I can grab, I have these little envelopes where I just feel like it's a really easy way to organize these. I got these envelopes, again, off of Amazon. I do a lot of Amazon because I live 90 miles from any major stores, basically. Craft stores. We do have a Walmart, and it has a very small crafting section. But I end up doing a lot of crafting shopping online. So I use these great little envelopes for organizing my little bits of embellishment here. Now look at this set. Here's the card. I saved the card so I know the where it came from. I think I got these off Amazon, but they're stickers and they look like travel, like tickets. So maybe we could find a ticket in here that we could put somewhere on this project. Like we have yellow tickets, we have brown tickets, we have blue tickets. Green is really cool, but too big. I'd like to find something smaller. Let's grab these small ones and see what they look like. So we have this red one, this green one, and this one here. And if I add one of these, maybe take something else off, huh? Or maybe not. Maybe I could just, yeah, I'm going to stick that back there. I like it. It's kind of the same color scheme. So see how I'm just grabbing bits and pieces and like doing a mock workup. Before I glue anything down, I'm just figuring out how do I want this to look. And I like this. I like this. I think it's scruffy and cool. Okay, so we can start gluing things down. Now, I prefer to use tacky glue. You can use a glue gun. I feel like this stuff is, this is actually a sticker. So this is nothing to, I'm just going to have to peel this off of here with no nails, which is actually a bit of a challenge for someone like me. But we start sticking stuff down, and this isn't going to get layered, so I can get this one down right away. It's just going to be by itself up in that left corner. Oh, Lordy, you guys, I might have to get my little tweezers out, or my X-Acto knife sometimes helps me when I struggle with this. And it, honestly, my eyes are equally, this is the first time I've used these. My eyes are equally making things difficult for me as the fact that I have no nails, because I can't see anything. So be patient with me, girls, guys and gals. I'm going to grab my readers so I can see what I'm doing here. Let's see. Now I can at least see what I'm aiming for. And if I just dig into it, will it allow me to pick this up? I always wish when I buy any type of sticker, why don't they make tabs? Like, why is there not a tab on a corner here that I can use to separate this? It is a sticker, but I'm not able to get it to separate. It reminds me of my napkins, except with napkins, you can use a bit of moisture to separate. Here we go. I got it. I got it. I got it. There's a little opening. I can see it with my readers. There we go. There we go. Woohoo. Boy, that was a workout. Oh my gosh. The backing was a lot thicker than, the sticker is like paper, and the backing was a thick plastic. Wow. This is like washi tape. Okay, let's just get this on this corner. I'm not worried about straightness or any of that. Actually, I really like the PM on this. Can I reposition? Is it a repositionable sticker? Well, yes, it is. I like that dark part right there that says PM on it. So let's get that up in that corner, and then we can start gluing this stuff down. Now, if I do it just like this, that means I got to get this down first. So I'm just going to add some tacky glue. It would help if I took the cover off. I wish for you, if you've never done this before, let me know in the comments. Are you a tag maker? Do you make tags often? How do you find this process? I'd love to hear from you about this. And if you haven't made tags, what holds you back from this kind of art or this kind of creating? Because I have been having so much fun with this process. They're small, little, easy projects. You're using up scraps of paper. Glue is easy, right? We don't have to worry about, we're not using a lot of expensive supplies here. And they're just fun. They're just super fun. And I love that I'm going to have a bit of these, or a bunch of tags available for inserts. And you guys, I will start inserting them, I think, in some of the happy mail that I send out when I do giveaways, and some of the orders that you guys place on the website. I think I'm going to start including some of these little treats. In fact, there's a special coming up for tech subscribers. If you are not on my tech subscriber list, make sure you get on it, because I'm going to be offering weekly specials to those who are on my text list. Now, you can just go to the description of this video to get the number so you can sign up. Okay, so we have those two down. Next one up, I'm going to, I want this frayed edge to show, so I'm going to put it toward the bottom. Now, the tacky glue does work fine on fabric, but you can also use Fabri-Tac, or like I said, your hot glue gun, or whatever your favorite adhesive is. I love that this is all jagged and scruffy. It kind of goes with the theme, doesn't it? I got to get the strings off my finger, though. Easier said than done when they have glue all over them. All right, so let's do this. I'm going to put this down toward the bottom, but I want the scruffy, you know, the distressed part of that string, the strings, to stay up. I'm not going to glue them down completely. I want them kind of all over the place. Now for these two cutie pies, I'm going to use my little, oh, I've had these forever, these little foam squares, and I usually cut them down so that they fit behind my projects. I only need thin strips, right? I don't need, they're double-sided foam squares, so I'm going to stick these on the back of my little mama and child here, so that they are raised up off of the page, the tag. Okay, So simple, so fun. I love this. I love it. Okay, these I probably need little bits because I want to make sure you can put one in the center for sure, but you want to make sure that you're not getting any bending down here. You want these little strips to be on their feet, you know, kind of by their legs on the bottom and in the top. So it's a little bit of a challenge. This is where my little tweezers come in very handy. Because it's really hard for me to grasp or to grab onto tiny little things like this. This is where this comes into handy. This is just too big. Let's see if we can cut it. It needs to be a little smaller. Again, the tweezers help a lot for this. So I've got the sticky side. I'm going to put that down on his little legs. Just so it's not showing is the key. Okay, and then let's get one in the middle of Mama so she stays, you know, she doesn't get indented in her center. So I think that's good. So now we just have to take off, like I said, double-sided. So we have to remove the other side. There we go. Oh, they're just not grasping that shiny paper. There we go. Maybe it's just faster, even though I have no nails. And then we're gonna get these on here. Now, I told you these are incredibly, they're just so old. I've had this, foam tape has lasted me forever. I got it so long ago and it's still going strong. I'm almost out. I'll be able to buy, I think I'll buy rolls of it instead of the squares. But look at how cute this is gonna be. We're gonna put them like this is the little platform that they're standing on. And then we'll get some ribbon on here. And now whatever ribbon, I have this bunch of ribbon, and so you just go through, and this one would be great. And I like to just do a little slip knot. So let's get that on the side. So sometimes I pull out materials and I don't even end up using them, you guys. So, you know, you get, on these ones, I just tied them, you guys. This one, I'm going to try a little slip knot. Sometimes I pull out stuff thinking, hey, you know, I just want to have it available to me on my table so that as I'm creating whatever inspires me at the moment or whatever I feel like using is what I'm going to use. I love this textured burlappy ribbon for that. I just think it's so great because it kind of makes me feel like they're traveling and they've got all their upholstery fabrics and, oh gosh, so cute. Okay, so here's our third one. Let's do one more, and we're going to do with this dainty little ballerina. I have one little square left that we could use. I'll put that back in my bag so I won't lose track of it. Okay, little ballerina. I was thinking I might grab a marker for her and kind of, should we add some pink or something on here? I was thinking maybe to grab, like, this is a Pitt pen. And it's got this really deep pink. I wouldn't mind having something a little more blush colored. Let me see if I can find a different marker that has more of a peachy color or blush color, like this one. And let's see if we can just add a little bit of pink. Yes, it's like a peachy pink onto her frill here. So this is her hat. It reminds me of, I think it's made out of tulle is what it looks like to me. And then we can come in, we could do her whole dress. I don't think I'm going to do that though, because I think it would just be too much color. I want it to be more neutral, but let's just add that little pop of color on her hat. Now, do love this. I love, love, love using a doily because I think that's really so feminine, of course, right? Maybe we would put it on the bottom for this one. Let's see, what else do we have that we might want to use? I have some really beautiful lace. I have these great little pearly flowers. I do like just adding a little bit of more paper on the back. That's just distressed paper. So let's go back to our paper bag, or our paper here, and see, is there anything, maybe a book page? Here's a phone book page. Oh, it smells so good. There's some envelopes. That's really crunchy. Oh, I love that. These are all coffee dyed and dried in the oven. Oh my gosh, they get this crunchy feel and look to them, and I love it. Okay, nothing in there. Maybe a book page, but the book page isn't, this doesn't look coffee dyed to me. So let's grab this book page and do a little distressing. Oh, I just find this to be so much fun, you guys. We're just going to muck this up a whole bit. And I'm just going to use a little corner of this. So the tag is little, so I don't need a whole lot. There. So, right, see that? And then you can flick your edges. Now, I probably should tear what I'm going to use before I start flicking edges, because I want to get all the edges, right? It's a really, really thin paper. It's a little challenging to hold on to it and flick. And actually, I don't like this white spot right here, so we're gonna, and I don't like that it's straight, so we're gonna tear that off. And then I think that's good. Okay. So maybe this. And I actually don't love this, that I cut this so it has like a straight edge. I'm gonna tear it so it has more of a jagged edge, and maybe tear it down so it's not so big. We'll just use a corner of it like this, so it's not so overwhelming. Oh, I like this side better, like this. And then I have, oh, this is a really pretty fabric. Oh, this would be great, you guys, because it goes so well with that peachy color I put in her little hat. So let's grab a chunk of this. Now it looks like, I don't know what this was at one time. It's just a scrap of fabric that I had, and I obviously used my pinking shears on it. So maybe we'll get out the pinking shears and we'll just stick with that. We'll just stick with that theme. Let's just cut a chunk of this without any rhyme or reason to the size or shape. And see about how we can, maybe this goes toward the back. It looks like a, you know, those those sand time things, you know, like where the sand goes through and tells time, how much time you have left in a game or something. That's what it reminds me of. What are those called? Oh, I love this. I love it. I love it. I love it. You guys, I know I'm a bit crazy. I love it. It's wacky. This corner is going to hang off the edge, and maybe I'm okay with that. Actually, because her hat is this color, I'm going to put the fabric down toward the bottom. I'm just going to switch the fabric and the lace, because I don't want that competing with her sweet little color on her hat. So let's get this down toward the bottom. How? I don't know. I want it to be seen because it's got some fun colors in it. And then let's put this here and this here. Layering, and then she will sit on top. I love it. You guys, love, 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 love. Okay, layered. These two on the bottom, this one on top. So all I need to do is get my glue. Get us some glue. The tacky glue, a little challenging with the lace on the doily, but it works. It will dry clear, so we don't have to worry about, even if the glue goes through this like filigree part or this lacy part on the doily, it's not going to show in the end. So what I do is I just wipe the excess with my fingers, and you can come in, you know, a little shop rag or some kind of, and just dab off any like main excess. Oh, wow. I took a whole piece of paper off there. You could dab away some excess if you had it. Listen, this stuff doesn't hold, it doesn't even bother me. It doesn't even faze me. I just keep going. I should have used a wet wipe. This was too dry. Okay, so I got that one down, and I love this floral, so that's going to go toward the bottom. Again, just adding some glue, and Fabri-Tac works great on fabrics, remember, and it's clear glue. It'll dry clear, so that's always a beautiful thing. But this is a paper tag, and I am finding that this tacky glue, it just works great, and it comes out of the jar a lot easier, so I'm a big fan of it. Okay, so we're going to layer this on top. Messy, like it's messy. It's going to be ragged. I want some of it coming up off the tag. I don't want it all glued down perfectly. I want there to be this rugged texture to it. That I really love that look, and I don't want to lose it. So I don't worry about getting glue on all these edges. See how I'm not even touching the edges? I want them to kind of be scrappy and to be up off of the page, okay? Or off the tag. Look at that. Now let's get our girl, and I'm just gonna glue her on flat. I'm not gonna worry about the little tabs. Some of them I am, some of them I'm not. It's just a matter of preference, right? So let's grab some glue and get it all over her. Do want to make sure that her arms stay down. We don't want them like bending off because they're so thin. Oh my gosh, so stinking cute. Okay, excess glue. We're just going to wipe it away. It'll dry clear, but let's get any of the main excess off that we see. And I love that there's a bit of fabric coming from behind her skirt. Oh my Lord. Yay, I love it. Okay, we got to get a little ribbon on her, and then we'll be done. And you see these come together really quickly. That's super cute. They come together really quickly and easily, and just fun to make, you guys. I like this one's really shimmery and pretty, and it's a little thicker, and it's all bendy. So let's use this one. I am going to try to, whoops, cut it at an angle. I didn't do a very good job there. Let's get two nice angles here just to be a little fancy. And I'm just going to tie this one. I'm not going to do the slip knot. I'm just going to feed it through here. My glue is still wet on that doily. It is holding the glue and it's still wet. So I got to be careful there. Look at you guys. I would love to know what you think of this. My table is a mess, but I am like in my glory, having some fun with these. Like no pressure here, you guys. This is why I'm so excited this month in the Craft Therapy Club. We're doing the junk journals, and I'm so excited that we're going to do this secret sister exchange. Ladies, if you're in the Craft Therapy Club and you haven't signed up yet, these are the kinds of things that I had in mind for exchanging with each other. So let's get this out of here so you can see this a little better. So here was my idea. This is the junk journal, the basis of the junk journal that we'll be creating. And you know, every junk journal turns out a little bit different, but when we create our junk journals, we have like pockets like this, little pockets. And if you get an exchanged tag, you can take your little tag. Oh, it's not dry yet. Got to be careful. And stick it in your pocket. And you can write on the back, or maybe your secret sister's going to write a little note and the date on the back to commemorate it. And then you can stick it in your junk journal in any of the little pockets or anything that you have. Now listen, if you're not in the Craft Therapy Club, it opens 4 times a year. You can join us. We do a live craft project together every month that I organize and create and plan. I give you guys the templates and the supply list that you would need to do the project. And then we get together on a Friday night for Girls Night In, and we do some crafting. Now, men are welcome, of course, but it has been, this offering has been around for 2 years, and it's always been women. But you're welcome. If you are a man, you are absolutely welcome to join us. Now, listen. That club is not going to open until May. However, I have a free workshop next week, April 13th, 2021. This is the free workshop. I want to make sure that you guys can see this. We are doing a mixed media hearts project. This is what I'm going to teach you, but you can also do it. I love this one equally. It's basically the same project with a black background instead of this collaged background. So we are doing this on April 13th. It is not too late to sign up. All you need to do is go to thecompinesswithgrace.com and sign up for the free workshop. It's 11 a.m. on April 13th. That's a Tuesday. Now, people who sign up and who attend that workshop are going to be given early access to join the Craft Therapy Club. So if you're really interested in joining the club, I hope you'll go over and sign up for that so that you can join us on the 13th. You'll get to see exactly, more of what we do, the types of things that we do in that club every month. I welcome you to join us. I hope you enjoyed this project, you guys. Look at how fun and simple these are. Love, love, love them. I would love to see your tags. If you're creating tags of this style or any style, head on over to my free group on Facebook, the Crafty Chicks Club, and share them in there. I'd love to see them. You guys, thanks for tuning in. Have a beautiful, blessed day and take care.